Hi there, folks. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm not looking very good because I have this ongoing flu as well as some sinus problem, taking medication for it. So I've been basically sleeping it off the whole day and my nose is sort of blocked. So I'm not doing any, additional individual review. I have quite a few fragrances that I received. I want to talk about them, but my nose is not permitting me. I can smell like once in a while the nose opens one side, then I can smell, but it's not enough to call it like a fully ready nose for a review or something. And then my ears are blocked as well. Kind of funny situation. But I thought I'd do an episode where I don't require my nose at this point because I know these fragrances, and some of them are new, some of them are old. And I usually do not have huge collection of niche fragrances. I have few of my favorite houses like Nishane, Mancera, or maybe give or take some of the other house like Rojada. But in general, I did not collect as many niche fragrances as like how I did for designer Middle Eastern perfumes. So Middle Eastern fragrances also are, you can say, niche fragrances, but I like to keep them in a separate, how to say, category, because Middle Eastern fragrance is a totally different market. So I will show you the niche fragrance that I am really loving right now. And some of them are old, some of them are new. I am using them a lot, but this is not by any means best of ever. Okay, so it's not like all of a sudden like this is the best out of like ever, forever. No. So I have 15 fragrances that I like. Okay, from niche house, you can give them a try. Check out my full review. I think I have full review on each. So I'll start with this fragrance from House of Escentric Molecules called Escentric 03. Okay, this fragrance I bought like last year, I think, or so. Nice little green juice. This house is very interesting. I got to find about this fragrance house from Jeremy's video, Molecule 01, then followed by some of the other ones that I reviewed. I used to own a few of the other ones, but this one I really enjoy because it has some green effect, some citrus effect alongside their, whatever they use like to make the fragrances last better, to do also layering. This one also has a note of iris, I believe. Okay, very beautiful fragrance. I am not being able to smell anything, so I'm not going to spray any of them, but check out my review on this one. This is a pretty cool fragrance on its own, light, citrusy, summery, and comes back and then goes away. Ghostly sort of fragrance, just like rest of them. But I feel these fragrances are really, really good for people who like to, layer them with some of the similar perfumes like Dior or cologne, perhaps. This would be excellent layering fragrance. Okay, but on its own, these are good fragrances. A little bit on expensive side, but I like this. Like, when I go out, if I don't want to be too obvious, too sweet, sun is out too much, I would wear this. Like 5-6 sprays really does decent job when you go to the AC room and the fragrance comes back. So this is called Escentric 03. Check it out. There's some green vibes to it as well. So talking about green fragrance number 14, I'm going to show you my latest fragrance, which I reviewed like yesterday or day before. This is Penhaligon's Lily of the Valley. So each of this house that I'm going to show you today, I have some favorites. Like this house I have Sartorial. Okay, a few of the other ones that I reviewed, Elizabethan Rose, A Tragedy of Lord George. Quite a few fragrances I love from this house. Okay, so every house, it's not possible to like everything. Okay, mostly I liked from this house that Middle Eastern line, Babylon, that line. And they have Constantinople. I forgot the name. Constantinople. I'm so sorry. I don't remember the full name. And then there's Helfeti, and there was few more, I believe. But on most part, people do complain about Penhaligon is the longevity. It's kind of on the poorer side. This one, it's very good performer for a fresh fragrance. It's a green, citrusy, floral, Lily of the Valley fragrance. Very simple. It's not dominated by any notes. It's like a nicely blended fragrance for relaxation. Look at the juice color. If you sit in the nature, looking at nature, in the morning, you can definitely like read a book and have a cup of coffee wearing this fragrance. Very much like a novelty, beautiful fragrance. This is called Lily of the Valley by Penhaligon. Check out my review. Even though this is marketed for women, I really like it. Okay, so this is very much in line with, you can say, Nisha Nezulong Cha and Elizabeth Arden Green Tea. Okay, that's number 14. Number 13, all these fragrances are great. Do not think like this because their ranking is low. They are like my least favorite. No, they're all great, but just putting them because it's a list. So number 13, I'm going to show you Mancera Cedrat Boise, and this is called Extrait Parfum Intense. Okay, I hope they do release an extrait version, even though this is Extrait Parfum, but like absolute parfum version, that would be even amazing. So I really like the juiciness of it. This actually intensifies the original Cedrat Boise for me, and this fragrance is more polished, really juicy. Yeah, I definitely feel the pineapple vibe is there, but lemon, citrus, a lot of citrus fruits in there. and it's kind of like the leather is like, like Hugo Boss bottled EDP Intense. If you know that fragrance, definitely have some similar vibes with that character. But I really like this. It's really long lasting, and it's one of the most affordable niche fragrance house. For me, it's like a win-win situation. Like, you cannot go wrong paying this niche pricing. Okay, you get 120 ml juice all the way you win. Okay, so Cedrat was Intense, number 13. Number 12 is gonna be a fragrance I think is getting hard to find. This is called By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela, and this is Replica. So I understand when I put this in this list, this is not really perhaps a niche fragrance. Many people tell me they have other products, so it makes them sort of like a designer house. But I learned about them when I was like doing reviews, when I was collecting them. I felt these fragrances were niche quality. So even if this is designer, I do apologize, but this fragrance is niche quality. The amazing smell, the burnt wood, like the sitting by the campfire, you cannot replicate a fragrance better than what they did here. Okay, this is their best collection in this house. They have a few of the other ones, Lipstick On, I think there's one, and Jazz Club, there's some of the good ones, and I had few more, but this one by far is the best. Okay, amazing fragrance, Replica, Maison Margiela By the Fireplace. Check it out, very long lasting fragrance. And just give me a quick second. Yeah, sorry about that. Once in a while I have to clear my throat and nose from the system, because otherwise I cannot breathe. So yeah, I'm not in a very good condition. I do apologize, but I'm not doing very hard work today, just one video. So next one is going to be number 11, then you hit top 10. Number 11 is a fragrance I had before. I'm telling stories today. This is like a story day. I had this fragrance just like many other niche fragrances I had. I was reckless. I sold them off. Early days, I was like, I had Sedley from this house, this one, and a few more. Then when I sold them off, after a few days, I started craving for them. That's how you grow love for fragrances. This is very designer-like, mainstream appealing fragrance, but really well done. This is Parfum de Marly, and this is Percival. So I got a 75 ml bottle. I recently got like a offer in recent times, and I had a big bottle of this. If you see my last review, if my full review, you'll see I had this bottle. So this is very beautiful color. I like the Kilian one, this one. They're green bottles. They have very colorful white bottles. So they look really nice, even though like same bottle but different colors. What I like about this is like, you can say in a way short, like make it simplified, more polished or niche version of Mont Blanc Legend and Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. Okay, if you like those, this is gonna be easy love. But you have to give it time. At first, you might feel you're paying a bit too much money. But when you see the longevity of this, and then the composition and the complement factors in summer, this is a top-notch fragrance. It's a simple perfume. Some people may feel it's a bit too expensive, but if you use them, like this one, Greenlee, Sedley, they're all beautiful little creation, and they do last a long time. So it justifies for me the price, but you can easily go for Fierce or some of the other clones. But I feel Percival, when I got it back to my collection, I got very happy. Okay, so definitely check it out. This is Percival for summer. So now top 10, let me show you one of my old buddies. This one is one of my favorite Frederic Malle fragrances. I had quite like a few fragrances. I had reviewed many from the sample miniatures, and I committed to very few full bottle. This was one of them. This is called Synthetic Jungle. Okay, I also bought Promise alongside with this, but I sold off my Promise because it was too much for me to handle. Synthetic Jungle is a different story. Many people would say it's a polarizing fragrance, it's a green fragrance, it's a metallic, a very like some people cannot stand this. See, even with my closed nose and my cold, I can smell this so strong. This fragrance lasts, on me it lasts like crazy hours, even though this is freshy green fragrance and bit floral. I believe this perfume basically is like a wild jungle, and you smell some florals, you smell some trees and stuff. It's just on steroids. Okay, I just like it because it's unique, it stands out, and it's one of the best creation. Frederic Malle has that beauty. They have this lot of rose based perfumes. They have like some oud. They also have, I think, some iris, pudra, florals. They work with a lot of florals. This is definitely one of my favorite fragrances, and this one worked for me. Synthetic Jungle, check out my review on that. Number 9, I will show you 40 Knots by Xerjoff. Okay, this fragrance is not my more favorite like than, let's say, something like Naxos or Renaissance or maybe Mephisto Gentilumo. Some of you will say those are fragrances should be here in your list because you love them. Yes, I do, but this is a rare beauty that I wear on special occasions, special days, special mood. It requires special mood to wear it nighttime. Man, this fragrance is like LDDM, Low Desert de Moroccan, similar vibes. And I did try Ivory Root, which is similar to this in many ways, but different in also many ways. This perfume, it's like a freshie that you can wear in winter, summer, and the performance is through the roofs. That's what it's provided by Xerjoff. Okay, so this is one of the best niche house in the world. Now it's a 40 knots is a fragrance definitely worth collecting. You can try some of the other ones also, very good fragrances they have. Like they have many interesting ones. Some of them are hit, some of them are missed, but this is definitely one of their best fragrances. Really beautiful bottle, and this is called 40 knots by Xerjoff. Okay, I think I lost track. 10, 9, 8. Okay, I think number 8 is this one of my dream come true fragrances. I just recently did a video, one of the most beautiful looking bottles by Kilian. This is called Rolling in Love. So they have released another red bottle from this house, which I revealed, also forgot the name. But out of the two, I like this. This is like almond. This has got, I think, a little bit of florals, iris. It's a fragrance. Not everybody rated it very highly like me. I rated this like so high, sky high. But I rated it highly because I love the story attached to my life. Please check out my review, then you'll see. Rolling in Love is a beautiful little fragrance. It's like a fragrance I would say is a must-have for collectors, you know, not just for the bottle, but for the smell as well. Just a beautiful composition. I also love the blue bottle line, Moonlight in Heaven. That's also beautiful, but this is a OG, beautiful fragrance. If this got discontinued, this will pick up a lot of money, okay? So next one, number 7, is going to be my favorite, Royal Oud by Creed. This fragrance, if you can get 120 ml version like this, that would be amazing. But the price is going to be definitely also a very hefty price tag. Why I love Royal Oud is that it's the best Creed fragrance out there. Okay, simple as that. This got so much class, really good push. None of the Creeds are beast mode, but this is a fragrance you can use it for winter as well. Spicy, woody, and there's no oud in this. In my humble opinion, it's just a spicy masculine. I can smell it, despite my cold. This is a fragrance I would say if you really have to build an empire of fragrances, this one has to be in your collection, even over Aventus or Viking or something like it. You know, this is a fragrance a lot more posh, and later in life you'll see this is like those fragrances the dukes or the kings wore. Okay, Creed's Royal Oud. Okay, beautiful fragrance. So number 6, then we hit top 5. Number 6 is a fragrance I bought recent times. I used to adore this. I love this house. It's a Parfum de Marly. Already shown you Percival, but recent days I got to smell it and I canceled one of my Xerjoff to buy this. This is called Habdan. Okay, and there are few ones from this line called Wojan, Kuhuyan. I think few of the other ones. I forgot the rest of them. There are 5 or 6. So these bottles are more expensive and the boxes are more premium compared to their regular PDMs. This fragrance, oh my god, if you do love Ojan, if you do like fragrance like Boss Bottle Oud, you know, if you think you like sweet, spicy, apple, and a little bit of freshness, a little bit of darkness, there's a little bit of oud, perhaps smoke, you know, a little bit of spice, oud, smoke mix, but not overdone. You know, if you like oud for greatness, you know, that's a great fragrance right there. But if you do it like the Parfum de Marly fragrance, the dark ones, this is one of the best collection. Definitely. There's Nisian, also good. But Habdan is a master class. You know, this is like similar to Royal Oud in my humble opinion in terms of the sophistication. Very sophisticated, very beautiful, picks up compliments like Leighton, but wear this in the nighttime, that would be perfect. This is called Habdan number 6. So we have top 5, and top 5 I'm going to put some of my most favorite current times. Okay, number 5 I'm going to pick up my favorite Bvlgari Tygar. No need to talk about it, enough said. This hands down the best grapefruit fragrances. I do want to get Imagination by Louis Vuitton, which also Afternoon Swim, that my brother Rahul Sharma Bhai told me that these are really good fragrances. You definitely have to get a 200 ml. It's one of the best summer fragrances. I understand, but Bvlgari Tygar right here is a champ. You know, only thing I regret about this bottle is I cannot see the juice level. I don't know how much juice I'm left with inside, but love the presentation, love the fragrance. This is actually a designer house, but this line is niche, I think. So number 4 is the only fragrance I don't have a full bottle of. I recently purchased a Decant from one of my brothers. His page is called Decants a Lot in Bangladesh, and his brother's name is Brother Shadin Shariar. Brother Shadin is one of our best collectors in Bangladesh. He has very posh and rich collection, and he is sort of like a collector, like proper collector. He gets backup bottles. He does, you know, collect and get discontinued fragrance. He has very good passion for perfumes. Okay, and I recently got to meet this man. We never really got to know each other in the past, but when I got to talk to him, hours just flew. Anyway, so I purchased this because I smelled this perfume in one of our shops, and I wanted to buy the bottle, but it's too expensive for me at this moment. It's around $600. I'm not going to do that. Even if you get some discount, it comes to around under 400. So this is from Amouage. This is called Reflection 45 Man, or Reflection Man 45. So this is most basically more amped up version or more oil version of is it 45% oil? I don't know, something, the significance of 45, maybe the ingredients or something. See, the thing is, why I like this is that, you know, when I sprayed it a couple of days, I understood one thing: this one doesn't project as much as the original Reflection Man. And this is basically more deeper, richer version of original Reflection, because this is not as loud, but the hanging on to your skin power is just unbelievable. On my skin, if I do this, you can hear dry skin, right? I do have dry skin and I do have oily face, so it's a very bad combination. So nothing lasts on my skin. That's the reason. I don't get any performance from most of the fragrance I wear on my shirt. This is one perfume, rare fragrance like Tom Ford Noir Extreme. This one, they lasted on my skin. I put this on afternoon today, and next morning I can smell it. Okay, even if I take a shower, it will not leave my skin. I highly recommend you to get the sample of it or try it. This is one of the best Amouage ever made. It is basically similar to Reflection Man on the dry down, but the opening is so beautiful, so posh. Lavender is so nicely done. Okay, absolute love. Amouage Reflection Man 45. That's number 4. Number 3, number 2, number 1. You can hear this thing, you know, and you can know it's like maybe a Montale. Yes. See, love for fragrances. This is not as expensive as some of the previous ones, but it made so high up in my list. This Oudmazing. Okay, and I crave for this perfume for a number of years. My story of this fragrance is one of my brothers came to meet me a few years back, and he was like in a rush, and I was having tea with them on like perhaps on a cooler night or something. It was breezy, and I could detect his fragrance like left and right, you know, up and down. And I was asking, what are you wearing, brother? It's sweet, it's projecting, it's killing me, man. Not in a bad way. It's like truly a beautiful fragrance. And he said, Oudmazing. And I don't like these bottles, tin cans and stuff. You can drop them, they're not going to break, but you know, it feels cheap on the hand. I wish they had a Mancera bottle-like presentation. But Oudmazing, I can tell you one thing. If you want to get only one Montale, this fragrance would be it. For me, life, you know. Just a stunning perfume. I'll do a separate episode on this one by Montale called Oudmazing, and I'll tell you why this is a masterpiece. Number 2 and number 1. Number 2, very obvious fragrance, Angel Share by Kilian. Do I need to talk about this? I think you have seen it enough. I made several episodes with it. It made so many of my top 5, top 10, top 15 lists, like top 3 list, number 1 list, because it is sweet, tobacco, boozy, kind of like a honey. I think there's a lot of the sweetness in there, and I love this powdery, sweet fragrances. This is one of the best fragrance I ever bought in my life, and it's expensive, but they are really good. From the whole line of these bottles, this is the best in terms of longevity too. Angel Share, you must collect it. That's all I have to say. Today, number 1. Number 1, it's going to be a fragrance that I initially didn't think so much of it. I'll do a separate episode on this. Let me show you the fragrance. It's Frederic Malle. This is called Portrait of a Lady. It's called Pole, P-O-A-L. And I will tell you the story why I got it in a separate episode, but short but sweet. Reasoning is, when I tried Frederic Malle fragrances, like for the first time, they were on some sort of discount offers on a Black Friday sale. I got to try some of them. I got Synthetic Jungle, I got Promise, and I think I got maybe one more, I don't remember. This one I tried, I felt when I got Promise, I don't need this, because Promise is so much more amped up version. That one got rose, got apples, oud. This one doesn't have that many notes. It's like a fresh rose fragrance with a lot of pear, fruit, citrus. And I don't know, it's just on dry down, it's just a stunning rose, but I felt it was a bit too simple. You know, I'm like, I got Promise, I don't need this. And I sold off my Promise, and I, you know, a few years back, like last year or so, and I craved for this when I smelled it. The longevity is eternal. The smell of it, heavenly. The rose used in it, one of the best roses ever. Even if you have all the Frederic Malle fragrances, you cannot skip this. That good, okay? And I went again. Shadin Shariar Bhai is my brother. He told me, Joy Bhai, do not be confused. Pick this up. You will not regret it, because you're not going to get this as price point ever again, because these are getting really expensive, okay? So Portrait of a Lady is my most favorite fragrance at this moment. I'm planning to wear this so much more in upcoming days, perhaps for Eid and some other occasion. So I highly recommend it by Frederic, Mal. Thank you for watching, and let me know which ones do you like, your current favorite niche fragrances. I would like to hear your thoughts. Bye bye, and have a nice day.